blitz rounds again. I thought we might have got away with it today, with the daylight and everything. Welcome back to another live. This is this is kind of like just a reminder that this Saturday, for a fact, it's Schtum, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it's just a reminder also for people that maybe haven't seen like the previous stream, because I think I announced this a couple of weeks ago, and then because there was obviously other gigs that kind of happened first, it was kind of all talk about them. So the Friday one, which was Sturmfest, was obviously the one that it got pushed back, and now it's actually finally this weekend. So I thought I'd do a quick little reminder about the fact that I'm playing at this festival, and tell you a little bit about what I know really, and what you can expect. So Stromfest, it takes place in Kettering. It's a free entry festival, so they take over the yards in Kettering, and there's a day of just like food stalls, music, different things are happening all through the day. It's like kid friendly up until about tea time, I think, and then about tea time, it sort of like gets raved up a little bit more, and some more things actually take place. It gets a little bit more ravier, if you like, as opposed to what you get during the afternoon if you come with your kids and your friends and family kind of thing. But yeah, they take over the yards Kettering, and there's a shed load of different styles of music taking place over at the festival, which is really good. It sort of goes from sort of like D&B to jungle to old school rave breaks to hip hop. There's people rapping, there's people performing live on the mics, which is where I'll get into us in a moment. And then there's gonna be like your typical rave and hardcore and that kind of thing. So I got involved with this festival through a track that I did. Pardon, through a track that I did. Let me have a mouthful of drink. So through a track that I did about a year ago, just over, which was a track about knife crime, which some of you may or may not be aware of. So just over, or just about a year ago, myself and my good friend Lee, we we wrote a tune called Knife Regrets, and it was just a little bit of a sort of little bit of a last minute thing really. Now at the time, we'd seen that the likes of Bellyman, Maddie V and all them have been doing this Drop the Knife Value Life campaign, and there was people that were like sending tracks into him that they'd spat about sort of like like knife and value life and stuff like this. So we decided that we was going to have a go with our own and maybe send it to him. And I think by the time when we'd done the track, I think they were no longer sending them in or something like that. But we liked the track, and it turned out really well. So we stuck it up on Lehman Productions, which is Lee Ton's sort of up and coming record label, stroke YouTube channel at the moment. And we stuck it on there, and we shared it about through socials like we do. Got a few likes and shares and stuff like that, but nothing absolutely mega. And then a couple of weeks later, it actually got picked up by a knife campaign group itself, and then they shared it about, and they got behind the track and said they liked the track. And the track sort of boosted up from there, and it's become quite a good track. Now, the Kettering, the Stromfest at Kettering, they've teamed up with a campaign something off the streets. I can't fully remember the name, and I feel an idiot for not remembering it. But it's to do with knife campaign, dropping the knife, etc. Something like off the streets, anti-knife crime or something like that. Straight off the streets or something, or stand off the streets. Anti-knife, so something like that. And they're getting involved there with the festival as well. So we've kind of come onto the festival to perform our knife track. So we're going to go on stage, perform our knife track. But that's not long enough. We can't just go on. We can't go all that way. Go on stage, do a knife track, come off, job done. So we're actually going to do a couple more of our production tunes and our positive reggae tunes and stuff like that we've done over the past sort of year or so. So we're going to do like a little bit of a Layman Productions performance. We're going to be on stage. We're going to hopefully get some people's attention, and we're going to hopefully make some people feel good as well. Some of the good vibes songs will hopefully cheer a few people up and make a few people think, you know what, I actually really enjoyed that song. It was really, really, it made me feel happy. And some of our reggae songs, they've had that effect in the past where people have listened to it and they've maybe felt a little bit down or a little bit upset. They've listened to the song and they've sort of thought, "Do you know what, this song has actually cheered me up." So I'm sort of hoping that at the festival it's going to get people's attention to go ahead and maybe start singing along, just feel positive and good from it. Especially one of them, I'm thinking they might be singing it after even, like because it's just got that catchy chorus that people could just sort of like, a bit like that they could whistle it, they could just sort of sing it like, just as they're washing up or something like that. And I think that is going to be the effect of the track. It's going to obviously boost the tracks out there massively, which I can't wait. I'm hoping this goes down really well for us. So I'm really excited. It's really, really exciting times ahead. And I just want to say, I feel so honoured to be classed at this festival as a headliner. Like, I've never ever in my life thought or imagined that I'd have been classed as a headliner. And by no means, shape or form, I don't show off or rub it in. I just post excitement about my success. But what I was going to say is like it's such an honour to have been sort of like put down on this festival, sort of like in the headliners section, and to be like classed as a headliner. Like they put a post up yesterday, and they put something like, seeing as the festival's only 5 days away, here is a little look into what some of the headliners are going to be bringing to the festival. So I thought I'd have a look at it. I'm not even expecting that I'd be on there. I thought we'd just be sort of like under the supporting acts. And the mad thing is some of the people under the supporting acts, I thought, were maybe more of a headliner than myself. So I was a little bit like, like they're supporting, us, sort of like the rest of, what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? So I was really kind of like, I was like, wow, whoa, like they're supporting us, uh, but I feel so honoured and privileged that it's come to the point where we can headline, along with some other great headliners, this mini festival. And it's so good. It's absolutely amazing to headline this festival in Kettering, and it's going to be an amazing day stroke night. There's just going to be so much happening, and I think it goes on till sort of I think maybe even 1 in the morning. I think it starts about 2 in the afternoon. It goes through the afternoon into the evening, and then it goes through into the night. And I think it does finish about 1 o'clock, maybe midnight. I can't remember exactly, but it finishes quite late, and it gets raved up, obviously. With all different sounds of D&B, jungle, hardcore, rave breaks. I know a friend of mine, DJ Deluxe, who's headlining this, he's like new school, old school rave breaks. He still makes like rave piano tunes today, like they would have sort of been in like '91. When that sort of when you had all the sort of like awesome free don't go, the kicks like a mule remix, and when you had the likes of feel real good, that was an absolute classic. When you had I forget the name now. Um, oh, the name is gonna come to me. Um, Mine's gone blank. It will come to me. It really Compounded Edge by DJ Edge, and that was another classic rave break tune. And he still makes these kind of style tunes in a little bit more of a modern way, but still sounds like they would do if you was raving back in sort of like that '91 era, when all the rave break pianos were obviously flying through and coming out and stuff like that. So, and that's going to be a really good set. We've got DJ Scar, who's going to be doing Kayleen Scar, who's going to be doing a sort of like a history of hardcore sets. So it'll go through like some of the eras of hardcore, some of the stuff she's released on Scar Digital, some other tracks, some of the big hardcore tracks through the years, maybe some of the Dougal and Gammas, some of the even older stuff, and then some of the newer stuff. I'm not really sure, but I'm sure she'll have a vast variety of these tunes that she's gonna obviously drop and play. And then the Susie Q, she's gonna do like a jungle set, so I'm quite looking forward to that because I'm not a massive jungle lover, and I've never really gone to like a club or a rave to really listen to it. So it might maybe change my mind. I'm always open to listen to more genres. And I'm not saying I hate jungle. It's just it's not my go-to. Like I can listen to it, but it's not my go-to genre. So to speak. So obviously, whereas me, there's other genres that I prefer. Like I do prefer D&B and jump up D&B, and I think there will be some of that there as well. But I prefer my jump up and my D&B as opposed to like the old sort of early jungle. As I found the old early jungle just a little bit, just a little bit boring to be honest with you. It was almost to me, it was almost a bit like a speeded up reggae for me, and it just didn't really, to me, just I wasn't as keen. But who knows? My mind might get changed on Saturday. So yeah, it's gonna be a shed load of fun for festival. So if you are sort of around the sort of like Leicester, sort of like Daventry, maybe even the Nottingham area, anywhere sort of round that area, and you want to come down into Kettering and come to this festival, it's a free entry from 2 in the afternoon. It's on all day. You can just come in and see what's happening. Like I said, there's going to be food and food vans and stuff like that. There's going to be a shed load of different things happening. So get yourself down. I think we're on the main stage or the main area, whatever you want to call it. About 20 past 6. That's when we're coming on to do our performance. So we're kind of like at the height and the heat of the festival. I would imagine. It's that sort of like good sort of like festival time, and we're not sort of like opening up. We're not closing. We're sort of in that. So it's been on a few hours by this point. And we're there sort of at the height of it, which I'm quite sort of pleased and buzzed about because I really want people to get a knife track, and I really want people to sort of feel good and happy about our other tunes, if you like. So So yeah, that's my gig this weekend. There's no other gigs. There's no two gigs like last weekend. But that will probably happen in the future. There will be times where I've got two gigs that weekend, or there might even be a time where I've got two gigs on the same day, and it just happens that I can, get to both of them. So I might be going to one place first and then another place. Who knows? Just one of them things. And other than that, it's just a case of keep your eyes peeled, because I will be making some more announcements. I know there's I've got this sort of like vague feeling that a few people they've got their eye on me, and they're considering me for future events as well. I don't know indefinite, but I do know there's an event happening very soon, and I don't think I'm gonna be part of it, but I think I might be a part of the next one. As I think they maybe already had this one sort of already in the pipeline and sorted. But I've just got that vague feeling there's a couple of people that have maybe just got an eye on me and maybe thinking, we wouldn't mind considering him. Or maybe the old Lee's been in the talks with him. He often is. He's often a little bit like, oh, yeah, yeah, this guy could do it, blah, blah, blah. So you never know. All I do is just wait and ride life, and if I get inboxes or people asking me for bookings, or Lee says, right, I've got you a booking here, I'm like, oh sweet, fine, buzzing. And then obviously when the flyers and the info comes out, that's when I go live and say I'm playing here on such and such a date. But there's going to be, I've got things that I know about in the pipeline, and some things to announce when I'm allowed to announce them. So just keep your eyes peeled. Make sure to like, comment, and share. We'll see you all next time. Right.